So I went to the Manchester Stadium without you. I was in the ground when United won against City last Sunday.
Against City, that controversial.
Yes.
Well,
So
I don't know if we should start with the
let's
controversy.
start with the controversy, yes.
The controversy. Okay, so the controversy about Rashford's penalty.
Yes. Do you have a photograph of it?
Yeah, so there's a video, they'll play it, then we'll go through the rules.
It wasn't a penalty. Rashford's...
No, the offside.
Bruno Fernandes scored the goal. That's the equalizer.
Offside. Yes,
okay.
yes.
Yeah.
So there's a controversy about whether Rashford was in an offside position. So if the video can start rolling, then we'll see. When you look at the FA rules on offside, you look at the second rule on the offside, it said offside offense.
Okay, that's it. That's it on the screen. So that's a photograph.
Yeah, so that's the photograph.
So this is the ball.
So the ball coming to Rashford.
This is a ball coming to Rashford.
At this point, from Casemiro. So they say a player in an offside position at the moment a ball is played or touched by a teammate is only penalized on becoming involved in active play by interfering with play, by playing or touching a ball passed or touched by a teammate. So this one is when the player touched the ball.
Okay, so
an offside.
Rashford did not touch.
He did not touch.
So the controversy about did he interfere with play?
Yes, that's the issue here. So, or preventing an opponent from playing or being able to play the ball by clearly obstructing the opponent's line of vision. So there is another point. So if you look at the picture there, did he obstruct the defender's line of vision?
He must
to the
have.
ball?
That he did.
Yes. Did he interfere with the defender's ability to clear the ball?
You see, so there's another argument that Bruno Fernandes, now sitting in the stadium, I wasn't even paying attention. I just saw the crowd roar, and then I said, wow, I looked at it and the goal was scored. So it was at the end of the game when I was watching on television and all these discussions were going on the radio and online. It was, so some people say that even though he must have interfered with the vision of the City defender, the distance between the defender and the Bruno Fernandes was such that even if the defender saw Bruno Fernandes without any obstruction, he couldn't have gotten there.
Yes, there's also an argument that if, so for instance, let's take out Rashford in that position.
Yes.
With the defender have gotten the ball. And
that's what they think is unlikely because the ball was crossing. The ball went, you see where the ball is. The ball is
the
ahead of the defender.
Is much closer to the ball than Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, but the ball is going in front of him. It's going in front of Rashford.
And there's also the question about the goalkeeper.
Yes, the goalkeeper.
Because there's also another image where you see the goalkeeper focusing on Rashford.
Yes, that's
that
true.
Means he has been. That means Rashford has interfered with him.
I agree.
Yes, Rashford has interfered.
I mean, it was a great goal for us to celebrate an equalizer at the Old Trafford, but it looks like
and
really.
Immediately the goal was scored, Peter Cech tweeted that accepting this goal even shows that the people who even made the rules don't understand the offside rule. The offside rule has been something that always creates controversy.
It does.
Always creates, even with VAR, still it creates controversy.
And there was an interesting part of the conversation that I watched on TV. They said that VAR cannot be called in because it is not a determination of fact.
Yes, it's a subjective one.
It's a subjective one. So once the referee makes the decision, the VAR doesn't come in.
Yes, whether he interfered or not. That's what the referee will have to decide. Whether Rashford,
it's not factual. You don't use video.
Factual. The referee will have to decide whether Rashford's interference, it affected the City's opponents or
That's
not.
what Gary Neville was saying. So Gary Neville said that if you look at where the City defender was and where the trajectory of the ball, which was going forward, it's more likely that Bruno Fernandes will get to the ball because he said, Gary Neville said, if you watch clearly, Rashford actually obstructed Bruno Fernandes.
Yes.
So that Fernandes would have gotten, but for Rashford, the pace of Fernandes coming from behind, he would have gotten.
And Rashford also a point attempted.
He did.
Yes. But if you continue with the law.
So it was said that there was a shout from Bruno.
Yes.
And Rashford headed that leave it. And so that's how he left.
Yes, and if you continue, you see that they also talk about challenging an opponent for the ball. An opponent for the ball, clearly attempting to play a ball, which he did. He attempted to play it, and he heard the shout from Bruno.
He did. So really, on an even keel, this is an offside goal.
Yes.
Shouldn't have been awarded.
Yes. I'm sure if the referee had a second look, that's what people were blaming VAR for, that at least they should have let the referee watch it. He should have watched it from the screen. Then he will now make a more informed decision on whether Rashford
I think the referee was influenced by what we call public policy. The whole stadium was chanting goal. Everybody said goal. And Bruno Fernandes was very brutal on the linesman. I don't know whether you saw it. He rushed to a linesman. That was what caught my attention when the referee ruled the goal. Because when I saw it, I took my eyes off because when the ball came, I just said, oh, Rashford is offside.
Yes, that's what everyone said.
Yes. And then the game continued, and then the goal was scored. But I know that these days the flag takes a long while to come. Yes, so we all looked at the linesman. His flag was on. He flagged. Then Bruno went then we saw that, you know, but in the stadium you can't see whether they are talking to
People
VR.
also make an argument that if Rashford was not in that position, would Casemiro had made that pass at all? Because
that's also
he was not, he had not seen
so Casemiro was passing to Rashford.
Oh, so if Rashford was not in context, the pass has gone. It wouldn't have gone. And that clearly shows interference from Rashford.
That's interesting. But that's also true.
Yes.
Casemiro was passing to Rashford.
Because Bruno was coming from behind, and Casemiro couldn't have seen him from where he was coming from.
Talk of Casemiro, yesterday he had a misfortune.
Yes, and he missed.
I can't understand how he got himself. I trusted him so much with his maturity. I don't know what happened.
But it was a technical foul because
but he didn't. The guy was in the center. Well, he was not that threatening. He was not in the penalty area.
Yes, but the attacker was threatening to score.
But that is what got Man U to concede the goal, because the spirit of the team went down.
Immediately.
Yeah, and the coach couldn't, and I blame him too. He couldn't pick himself up and tell the team that let's go. He couldn't do that. He himself was so down and then the equalizer came. Okay, so let's look at the league table.
Man City won
today. Glorious Arsenal is still on top. 47.
There's an 8 points gap between Arsenal and City.
Oh, Arsenal and no, is it 8?
Arsenal, yes, 47-39.
No, it shouldn't be. It was 8, and now they won, so it should be 5.
They both have outstanding games.
Yeah, I know.
Play. Yes.
Yeah, but the game they played today should take them to 5 points, with they having played one more than Arsenal. Okay. So your league table is not correct, because it was 5 points after the Sunday game. Yes. Arsenal won. Arsenal won their game against Tottenham.
Yes.
Maybe the time. Arsenal won against Tottenham. They won against Tottenham, and so they went 8 points back. It went back to 8 points. Today, with the City win, it should bring them to 5.
Oh, okay.
And then Arsenal is 5 points ahead of City and 7 points ahead of Manchester United, who have played one more game. And they go to play Arsenal on Sunday, which will make Arsenal play 19. They will still have played one more game. But the interesting thing is that one game is against
Manchester City. So they still have 2 games.
And that's away. City are hosting that game at the Etihad. Yes. So can we call that game as an Arsenal lost?
So Arsenal's next 5 fixtures.
Manchester United is what you're showing.
This is Manchester United.
Okay, so
Arsenal's next 5 fixtures.
Okay.
Against Man United.
They are home against Man United. They go away to Everton, which is winnable.
Yes, Brentford.
They host Brentford, winnable. Why is it difficult?
Brentford has defeated Chelsea, City. They've defeated a lot of big teams.
Where are they on the table?
West Ham, Brentford.
So wait, let's go back to the Arsenal. So this Arsenal Man City, the one you're showing.
This Arsenal Man City.
Is it?
Yes.
That's the regular one, the second round one. So is that going to be played before the outstanding?
Yes, that will be played before the outstanding.
We don't know yet, anyway. And then they go away to Aston Villa. So in these fixtures, they should be able to beat Everton. But Everton are relegation threatened, so we really don't know what's going to happen. Yes. But that's a tough place to go, Goodison Park.
Yes.
It's a tough place to go. And you are saying Brentford is going to be difficult. I think they're going to lose this one. And then I think they can struggle and beat Aston Villa. Let's go to the rest.
Man City
have a home to Wolves on the weekend. They'll beat them. They just beat Tottenham tonight, and they play them again. Now they are going to London.
Yes. They also play
I think they can manage that. Aston Villa is difficult.
And then the
Arsenal game comes this way. Okay.
That's the game that will probably be the defining whether they can close the gap or not.
Yeah.
Because if they lose any
both
of the
games.
fixtures,
but I give them the 6 points against Arsenal. So as it is now, Arsenal are 5 points ahead. I give Man City both 6 points in both games against Arsenal. And so that throws it elsewhere. And then they have Nottingham Forest. Who else is in the contention?
And Manchester United
have
also in contention.
They have Arsenal at the weekend, which they have to win without Casemiro. I'm not sure, but we'll pray for them.
They play Crystal Palace.
Oh, they play Crystal Palace again.
Yes,
that they will win. They go away to Leeds. It's very difficult. Very, very difficult.
And Leicester
home to Leicester, they can manage, and then they also have Brentford.
Brentford is a very difficult side.
So United have a big issue. So if they can win on Sunday and then beat Crystal Palace, and then Leeds United, that's not simple.
Yes.
But is it not still too early? 19 games to go. Is it not still too early? Liverpool can come all the way and then grab it.
It's too early, but if you look at the history of the Premier League, if you are leading like from January going, normally those teams are able to.
But the other history is that Arsenal is the only team that have led in January and have not won the title.
Won the title. That's another thing too.
Okay.
So that's
all right. So that's our story for football. We'll leave it here.